and zealots. I was happy with the stalker count. I don't really have that many stalkers. I have a lot of zealots. I can close the gap and take them out. Plus the immortals do pretty good against the stalkers and the colossus. But here we go with an engagement. He does guardian shield up. As you can see, I push in with my zealot charge. I guardian shield as well. He's trying to come in. I block off some of his zealots so they can't come into my units that shoot. So I'm blocking them off at the same time. All these zealots are underneath the colossus doing some damage to the colossus. And now I'm just moving in with the whole army I have and completely decimating what he had left. Why I did not engage that colossus, I do not know. Because, yeah, I could have just destroyed it in a matter of seconds. I think I pushed back because I thought maybe he might have had more of an army than I anticipated. Units lost tab, I've smashed him 4,100 to 1,325. Majority of that was the amount of immortals I had and the fact that I have zealot legs. You know, in PvP, zealot legs and immortals combined with a couple force fields and maybe some guardian shields can definitely do pretty good against some colossus. Surprisingly, you would think colossus would just roast all the zealots, but when the zealots are able to close the gap, destroy the stalkers and destroy the other zealots in front of them, they're able to get up on top of those colossus quickly and do some damage. Now the supply discrepancy is no joke at the moment, 120 to 50. I basically just up and destroyed every little bit that he had to him. So really, I probably could end the game right about now. And if you guys leave the game, I would understand. I don't, you know, it's a little bit of macroing up and just screwing around for the most part. Because, like I say, as the name of the game suggests, I end up getting a mothership. So if you guys want to stay tuned for the rest of the map, I would appreciate it, because you do get to see some good mothership play. Very rare that you do, and I just wanted to do it just for funsies. I do decide, of course, that since I completely demolished his base, I'm going to go ahead and start dropping a third base over here. Always trying to keep up ahead of him. It appears that, of course, my harvester count is staggering compared to his. A 42 to 24, almost double the amount of harvesters he has, so I'm getting double the gas. Well, probably double the minerals more than anything. Same amount of gas at the immediate moment, just because, well, actually double the gas. I was right, because he hasn't put the geysers down on his expansion. So for the most part, we're just macroing up. I'm dropping down, of course, a couple of forges. I'm actually going to speed the game up just a little bit, just to see what's going on there. It looks like he's actually going for a dark shrine. I'm actually, of course, getting my double forge upgrades. He's got defense level 1. Appears that he might have, yeah, he's already gotten attack level 1. And it looks like he needs to do try some dark shrine action. I do like this play from him. He knows he's behind. He's got to catch up somehow. And the best thing to do that's possibly sneaking some DTs into my base, killing some probes, kind of even that score out, or taking out some you know, tech structures, you know, my Twilight Council, or, you know, maybe my robo facility. Unfortunately for him, in my main, I really don't have too many harvesters left. I do have a few, of course, over on this side. But as you can see, I do get my fleet beacon, and decide, not yet, but soon, when I actually have the gas to do it, to start working on that mothership. So as you can see, the mothership's under production. He's actually got 4 DTs, or 3 DTs it appears, moving out across the field. I did catch 2 of them, Guardian Shield, just for fun. Why not? Something to do, I suppose. But he does still have this 1 DT that's coming up here and possibly going to do a little bit of harassment to me. I am dropping down 3 more gateways, totaling me out to be, what was that, about 8. So I can resupply if I do lose a lot very quickly. Working on attack and defense level 2, chrono boosting that out, as well as chrono boosting out my mothership. And his little DT's getting in here. It's doing some decent damage here, up to 6 probe kills, 7 probe kills. And I bring my army up here to try to deal with that DT. But for some reason I didn't click that observer. I was up here, I was like, where the hell is my observer at? I'm like, it's got to be up here. And then I was like, okay, I lost it somewhere. So I do end up trying to build another one here at the moment. After that point, I actually do build cannons in my mineral line to prevent this from happening ever again. But this little TT does do some work. 8 kills, 9 kills. He's trying to looks like focus down my, there he goes, finally died. 9 kills, so not too bad. He is also trying to get this expansion over in the top left corner. It's a little further away than this expansion would be. Probably more Better off to actually get that expansion. Harvester count 51 to 38. I really don't need too many more harvesters because, as you can see, I'm banking on about 2,000 resources, 800 some odd gas. And right now I'm just basically waiting for my mothership. Here she is, and I'm trying to let her get the vortex ability up, just to show you what a Protoss player can do if they have enough Colossus and combined with a mothership. So I'll see what happens in just a moment. He's sitting back for the most part. It's still only 1-1 upgrades. It looks like he was trying to work on Blink here. But he does have all these probes sitting around doing nothing. Definitely needs to send them over here to these mineral supplies. Don't let idle probes, there they go, just be there. For those that don't know, there's a little icon right here that shows your idle probes and how many there are. So if you do have some idle probes, it'll say 1, 2, or in his case 500. Click that little button, it'll show you where they're at, and then you can move them forward if you need to. I'm going to drop another 4th base. I know that for the most part there's nothing he can really do to beat me. Again, this is not most exciting in terms of constant battles. That first battle was very decisive in my opinion, or on my side, so I felt the hero should just sit back and have some fun with the game, like I've said 800 times now. His DT is coming up here at the top here, does of course spot my Nexus, and let's get started working on it here. My little probe's like, man, what are you doing? You cloaked son of a bitch. How dare you get on there and hurt my Nexus? So, he's going to attempt to put some cannons down, but odds of that actually happening are pretty slim, just because he can turn around and basically one-shot them for the most part. And now I'm just about maxed army. Of course, got my mothership here. Looks like DTs are going to be coming up here again to my base. Looks like I just walked past them for the most part. That one gets destroyed. He probably could have destroyed that Colossus, to be honest with you. But the cannon, of course, does see it, and I'm able to clean it up with that Colossus. Don't even lose the shields on. At the same time, I'm coming over here with my OBS finally this time. And let's clear that one up as well. So, at the moment, it's just sitting back, you know, macroing up. Again, I know, once I saw the DTs, I know it was over. Well, I knew it was over earlier, but I knew the nail was in the coffin, so to speak. Just because DTs sometimes are a last-ditch effort to try to win a game. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work too well because, yep, got my mothership, and she's almost fully energy. She's got full amount of energy here. So we'll see what happens, see what we do here. If you do decide to get a mothership, guys, they move so freaking slow. Grab all your units and right-click on your mothership, and then solely move your mothership, especially if they're all hotkeyed on the same hotkey. The reason why that is the units will actually follow the mothership instead of run out in front of her. If they run out in front of her, then, you know, what's the point of being cloaked the entire time? So it looks like Minch is actually getting this, trying to get this expansion up here. I decided to try to put a Nexus up here, but I can see that's already been taken. So I was going to try and take that one as well. But as you can see, I'm going to push down here and take out his other expansion. He's going to try and come in here with his army and, you know, engage. But keep in mind, upgrades are on my side. I'm 3-3, fully upgraded, compared to his 1-1. Big difference there. As you can see, I'm just destroying the shields of that particular unit. Now, he's probably got an observer in here. There it is. Yeah, he's got an observer in here, so he does see exactly what's going on. He can engage. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do right here. Of course, I am going to vortex. Now, what I'm going to do is, with the vortex, I'm going to send the rest of the zealots into the vortex that I have left. The rest of my units, these Colossus and Stalkers, I'm going to surround around this vortex. Not into it, but around it. So then when everything pops, pops out of the vortex, these Colossus are going to do splash damage to this entire army, and the Stalkers will help clean it up. So let's see what happens here. It looks like, you know, he only has, I cut his army in half. He's going to force him into the vortex himself. Bad idea. But as you can see, now I'm positioning my Colossus a little around the vortex here, and watch this destroyed. As you can see, the splash damage is just doing splash damage to every single item here, or unit here, and he just lost 110 supply to my 10 supply. So that would be a good game. Hopefully you liked the finally use of a mothership, and you got comments, post them. If you got your own replays, send them to sidsreplays@gmail.com. Take it easy, guys.